today's live on Equa Television International, and we're excited to be able to do this together with you. This is a new year, 2025, so happy new year to everyone out there. My name is Jemima Emmanuel, and this is today's live on Equa Television International. Today being Monday, we always talk about work. Today we're looking at the topic, the result you seek. The result you seek. Through the course of the year, what is that result that you are looking at? What is that result that you're hoping to be able to achieve before the year runs out? A lot of people start with all the effort, with everything that is needed, but within the course of the year, a lot of things come in, and then that result is not even there at the end of the day. So today we're looking at the result you seek, and I'm not doing this alone. I have with me on the set today engineer Tony Jane Akali. Good morning.
Happy to be here.
Same here. Thank you. Joyce Jakada, good morning.
Good morning.
Solomon Sambo, good morning.
Good morning,
and
Jemima.
Happy New Year.
Yes, it's a new year.
Jemima, you are so happy this year.
2025.
What gifts did you get?
The gift of life.
You woke up on they say the right side of the bed. Which side of the bed is bad luck? Which one is good luck? They say you woke up on the right side of the bed. What side of the bed did you wake up?
On the right.
Okay. If you wake up on the left, you are quiet on the show. Happy to see you.
Same here.
Jemima, I'm happy to see you. Solo, I'm happy to see you.
Same here.
Thank you.
I'm happy to see myself as well.
2025.
Day for who? Day for you.
Hey. So
Baruana.
the person that is not there for you.
If you are not daying, I'm not daying.
I'm a child of God, and
Therefore,
my Bible tells me to love regardless.
Everybody.
To love
Especially.
everybody.
I am
And
daying
your
for who
enemies.
is daying
I
for me.
love you, and I will day for you.
You will not day. It's not in your character. You have never dayed. So don't day on the daying that you have never
I
day
will
on.
day for you.
But really, who is coming up with these things?
Is it a global?
No, you know, just like we have General Church Council in Equa. The Equa members, they don't see the General Church Council. So you can't see all the people that are saying Stingy Men Association of Nigeria, Stingy Women. You can't see them. You just see it on social media. We always see the
And
result
there's
of
no
their
name.
meetings.
Their meetings.
There's no name attached to it. There's no association. Nobody's coming out to acknowledge it until
Let
it
me
goes viral.
let me ask the two of you a question. When women make decision that they are not dating men that don't have money, they will disrespect men that don't have money. They will not do this, they will not do that. Do you have a WhatsApp group? So how do you know? Joyce is doing the same thing, you are doing the same thing, another person is doing the same thing. Our mothers are doing the same thing, our sisters are doing. How do you know?
The memo went around.
So let's go back to the topic of today.
Yes, the results you seek. Yes, so we're looking at the results that you seek.
Let the loudmouth
Every
person
new
on
year.
the show start.
I don't understand. Who is the loud person?
I have no idea.
I didn't say loud person, I say loudmouth person.
Okay, who is the loud mouth person? Let's wait for the person to come in there.
You see, the person has said more than what I said, so you don't need further introduction. What is the result? Why are you seeking result at the beginning of the year? Why are you seeking result? Why do people sit down and say, let me plan the year?
You know what amazed me about this?
You see the loudmouth person.
No, wait. You know, I have to say this.
Cutting through conversations and all that.
You know
Go ahead, we are used to
You
it.
know what amazed me about this? When you ask why beginning of the year, people can just live their life to January, February, March, like May or June or September, and they know what they are doing is wrong, but they will like, let me just continue till January.
By January,
then I will change. So I don't know where that culture came from. That it has to be January.
It's a mentality. It's a mentality. You know, as important as all these crossovers are, as important as don't start the year drinking, don't start the year having sex or fornicating, or don't start the year. These things are not. They are just religious. They are just religious. There are people who started the year. They drank and crossed over. They drank to stupor. Yet the next day, they are calling their accountants, their managers are saying, look, this year we need to be serious. And they will achieve. More than you that went to pray all night and didn't do anything to become rich. You see, praying does not make anybody rich. Going to church does not make, it has its own place in the life of a believer. But you need to keep prayer aside and work hard. Some people, this keeping prayer aside will offend a lot of people. But that's just the truth. When it's time to work, go to work and work. When you come back, it's time to pray. Pray. When it's time to decide. When it's time to write a report, write it. When it's time to be serious, you see, you can't be serious all through the year. You joke a while, they say variety is the spice of life. So when you do all of these things, some people enter the year hoping that God will do a lot of things. Everybody that is a believer would think that way. We are trusting that God will do a lot of things in the new year. But as God is playing your part, what is your own role? You see, a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding up of the hand. The Bible says poverty sets in.
I honestly like how you brought about prayer. I'm not cutting in.
No, I'm used to you. Don't worry.
I'm not cutting in, but it's also another culture.
If I start cutting you, you have no leg, you have no hands, you have no.
It's
all the
culture.
parts of your body, they will be MCR. Your head will be MCR. Your arm will be in production control. Don't worry.
It's another culture. It's another tradition that people start the year like consecrated. Let's go and get consecrated.
Some people
pray.
even fast for 21 days.
Yes, 40 days, all of that, and then they replace it with work that they are supposed to do. Work. You desire result in the year, yet you're not prepared to put in any work. You sleep and wake up by 11 a.m. and you're speaking in tongue till 2 p.m. and you're expecting that no, God is a miracle worker. This, of course, He is. And so things will just happen for you. I mean, the result that you seek is not tied to your intentions. There are a lot of people, when you discuss with them about the new year, I intend to do this, I intend to do this, I intend to do by the end. So you just see a beautiful life painted, which is good. But you see that result, it is tied to excellence. It is tied to the action that you put in. By the time you start a year saying, I seek so result, and you don't do anything, see, January to December will come and then you still cross over to another year, coming up with goals, coming up with resolution. I mean, I don't have a problem with all of that. If goals work for you, perfect. If resolutions work for you, perfect. Don't key into what people are saying. No, don't do this. It does not work. It does not work. If it works for you, key into that. But the point here is you must be deliberate about actions. You must be deliberate about actions if you actually want results. If I'm saying this year I want to be deliberate about personal development, then what skill am I looking at? It's not about intention. I have intentions to go and learn skill in designing or editing. What action are you putting in? Have you tried to go and check out for maybe schools where people learn about some of these editing skills? Have you looked out for individuals that are good in these things and then like have conversations around how they can help and improve you in that area? Or you're just sitting down and then looking at how that at the end of the year, after learning these skills, I'm going to have this place to myself, I'm going to have that place. If you don't put the action, it will be the same repeated story all over again. So it's not just about, oh, I'm praying about it. If you don't wake up and put in the work, then nothing is going to happen. I mean, when we talk about excellence is not just about you saying, oh, I've tried my best. That's mediocrity. What we call excellence is something you do that is different from like what everybody is doing. So if you actually seek results in this new year, it is important that you look out to not just doing your best, but doing what is required. Most times we cover our laziness with, I've done my best, so I cannot kill myself and all of that. Excellence is not about your best. It's about what is actually required. And if the result you seek has, of course, there are requirements to it, you must put in the actions in order to get that desired result.
You know, one other thing, Solo, before I forget. If you have been having this spirit of familiarity, you will fail this year. I always think about it. You know, I look at people who look for the kind of people that are made up of what you have to talk to them a whole week, but you don't have time to go there and talk to them. And there are people who hear you every now and then speaking to them for free. For example, you are a pastor of a church. You are so good at what you do, but your members, because of how open you are to them, say, is it not Pastor Dauda Let's go and say hi to Pastor D. Let's go and forgetting that is God's mouthpiece in your life. Forgetting that is God's prophet upon your life at that point in time. So you build a relationship so well that you became familiar with him, and there's nothing wrong. But when the spirit of familiarity sets in, that the person stops being that person that God has ordained to be in your life, and you start seeing him as doubter, you will not make anything in life. If you look at the Bible all through, the issue of learning under people has been scriptural for as long as the Bible existed. There is, when you say nobody has the monopoly of knowledge, it is different from saying nobody can stand alone. These are two different things. If Solo can talk to you well about relationship, you have not met Joyce. Joyce will talk to you about relationship out of experience, out of the reality of life and everything. And when you meet Joyce, you are like, I've been wasting time with this Solo, even though he's good. And then while you are with Joyce, Jemima shows up. And you'll be like, wow. But I've transcended all of these people all the way to Jemima's place. I don't know if I'm making sense. You understand? Solo does not have the monopoly of knowledge. Even though he sees 50 people every day to talk about relationship. She sees 200 and she thinks she's the kingpin. And yet you see 5,000 online, offline, but you don't even talk. But do you know what? Jesus was saying that he that is healthy does not need a physician. That parable is very strong. If you think it's not just talking about because you are not lying down at home sick, you don't need a doctor. He's just saying that some people need to drop their pride regardless of whether you are sick or not. Maintain that healthy relationship with your doctor. That's what Jesus is saying. That's how I understand it. The people that have the spirit of familiarity, no matter how you are with the person, no matter what has happened between you and that person, if you raise that spirit of familiarity, what does the Bible say? What does the Bible say? I think in the book of James, it says, for anyone who is of a double mind receives nothing of the Lord. Nothing of the Lord. So you have been praying to God, like Joyce said, 2 a.m. you are kabashing. Yet you are far apart as night and day with the person you are praying on to. Some of us only go to the Lord in prayer when we have a situation. Those who faint in the day of adversity, their strength is small. That means it's only in the day of adversity that you try to win the battle. It's not possible. We live a life of fighting battles every day because the arrows, they are shot at you every way. You'll be shocked. Some people is their mothers, the ones that gave birth to them, that are shooting arrows at them. Some people is their father. Some people is their auntie. Some people is their stepmother. Some people. So why do you think you have time to sleep? Why do you think you cannot wake up while you are fighting the physical? The spiritual is also there. And let me tell you, the spiritual is heavier than the spiritual, than the physical. But you know what? Because things are going on well, there is a plot spiritually. In the spirit realm, there is no age, there's no time. They live outside time. But in the physical realm, we count time. There is a fight against you for 15 years you have not even known. And they are more patient than the children. Why would the Bible say that they are wiser than the sons of God? So you will wait. That 15 years will come. And then they will diagnose you. They will take you to every center that they do diagnosis. And they will not find anything. But you are still dying. They will pray and pray, you are still dying. Until you are buried. Because when the fight started, you are not aware. When your name was written, folded up in a lot of things and was buried somewhere, and the person that can even lose you and let you go is dead. You see, we fight so many battles. So when you are talking about results, some people will be working real hard, yet there's no result. There is a battle that you need to fight. You need to wake up when your enemies are at it and be countering what they are saying. Because you see, there are people, they put so little, yet the result is extremely blossoming. It blows your mind out. Some people put much, the result is nothing compared to what they have put in. So you are not wrong business-wise. You are right business-wise. But you are wrong about a spiritual approach. And both of them go hand in hand. I know I said I won't take too long, but the Spirit is leading me to take too long, you know. So it's important that people must understand that beyond coming to work early morning, you wake up, you brush your teeth, you come to work, you do all of these things, you are forgetting another battle that is bigger. The physical does not control the spiritual, but the spiritual controls the physical. So you put a lot of time doing the physical, forgetting that there is also a spiritual need. So you need to put time much more than you do the physical. In fact, the effort that you put physically should be like 20%. The rest of it should be spiritual. Because there are forces that are saying, this Jemima's marriage, it will not work. It will not work. She went out with my son and she didn't marry him. So this person, it will not work. This Solomon Sambo, since he said he will not marry me, a friend of mine, his wife died. Since the day he married her, it was an attack till she died. Because somebody said, this woman will not enjoy this marriage since I was not the one that got married. The wife died. So you see, when you take things casually and for granted, some people will just say, I don't know why I'm always falling sick. How will you know? Because you are looking for a spiritual help from physical sources. You can't know. I told someone, I said, why are you always falling sick? I said, you have to do something about it. He said, well, he has tests that he's taking strong antibiotics. I said, there's nothing wrong with you physically. He got angry. But his mother called me one time and she said, the conversation you had with my son, I am going to stand in the gap for him. I said, there's a limit to how that can work.
Yes.
You need to open up. Since you see any problem that you know that is a problem already is solved. If you already know that this is a problem, if you know that you have a business and you are not making money, you already know the problem is solved. But if you don't understand what is happening, it's worse off. So you are talking about results in 2025. There are people that are waiting. Some people are not even praying. They are praying for others to succeed so that from their success they can get. What kind of life? What kind of life? Look at the social media. How people are busy abusing the leadership positions that they wish one day they will get there. How are you cursing a seat you intend to sit on tomorrow? Even at workplaces, people render curses on their leaders, on their superiors, and all of that. And this is a seat you are eyeing. So when you finish cursing the seat and the seat is rotting, and you come and sit on it, what good will come out of you?
Nothing.
We are worse than our leaders. No wonder it is said that every nation, every city, every people, they get the leader that is befitting of their character, of their status as a people. So if you are waking up every day and thinking, what do I do this year to be different? These are good thoughts. But you need to be morally sound as well. You need to be morally sound. You see, in this office where we are, forget that everybody is a Christian. You can mistakenly step on somebody's toes. He will take it as far as his village. She tried to kill me. She stepped on me and she squeezed it. And you are here, nothing is happening. And you come, you do devotion today, you do everything together, but your name, they are busy servicing a ritual against your name somewhere. And it's working. Jemima, I had to wake up one day and I say I detach myself from any cause from my family, from any cause from my relatives, from any cause from my friend, from any cause that is following me, that is man-made. I detach myself. I prayed that prayer over a year in my life. I've discussed it with you several times. I woke up and I said that. Solo was going through a lot, and I told him, see, this I went through worst experience than this, but I woke up and I said this, and I said that, and I said, because everybody's destiny is in their mouth. If you wake up and say you are a failure, you will fail. That's why as a mother, don't say, you see this, my son is more brilliant than the others. You will see the worst of children.
True.
That one will be brilliant, but that is only thing he will have. You see, you can't wake up and start saying nonsense. But you see, any action that is not, any word that is not backed up by action, it's a waste of words. There are people today I see, even some of them we work together, I pity their future. I pity their future. Not even Christian-wise. I pity their future. There is something that they are just hanging on, and very soon it will. And there will be nothing in this life. See, the way I understand this life, I just thank God. And even my people that I came out of the same womb with, I say, look, don't think you are older than me. I can't tell you this. And don't think you are younger. I can't come to your level and tell you this. But this one, stop it. This one, stop it. This one, stop it. You will regret for the rest of your life. So it's not about age. It's about the wisdom that you have from knowing God's word and from studying life itself.
And I also feel you should also be intentional about the results that you seek. A lot of times we forget what we are made up of. And then I'm looking at how Solomon Sambo is being intentional towards his own results. And I want to do the same thing that he is doing. I might not have the strength he has, or I might have more strength than he has. So I might be able to do even more than he is doing. So if we can focus on our own individual selves and know that we are wired differently, let me get the desired results I want without making Solomon's own my template or Joyce's own my template. I think if we can do that, we'll really do away with everybody doing the same thing, because year in, year out, we've had a lot of New Year's and a lot of new resolutions, but we're still arriving at the same result. Before the middle of the year, nobody remembers that he had one result that he wanted to reach. Just like you said earlier on, we feel, okay, the year has already gone far, so let me just finish up what I was already doing. By January next year, I'll start all over again. Whoever said that resolutions have to even be in January? It can be in September, it can even be in December, it can be in March. Just any time that you feel okay, you really need to roll over, you start at any point in time.
And it can be every month as well.
Exactly.
Every
In
day.
fact, daily.
Yes.
Because why would I fall and want to remain down till like
The
another?
decision to stand up is a resolution.
You don't want to stand up to January the following year.
But that's also a resolution.
Yeah.
So you are going to say something
Yes,
before this one starts talking again.
I look at it this way. You know, when you talk about results,
Joyce, you know I love you, but you're doubting it. I've stopped. Go
With
ahead.
action.
I've stopped. Go ahead.
Back it with action.
I say he's not there for you.
Exactly.
No, it's who there for you that you will love. So no, go ahead.
Okay.
You can't just be loving people aimlessly.
Wow. Just wow. You see?
Ah!
Hallelujah.
Amen. Praise the Lord.
I look at it. I look at the topic that we are discussing, and I'm happy because we talk about, when you talk about resolution, it can be every day, it can be every week, it can be every month. So that means it's not even attached to a new year. And if you talk about result, when it comes to people that truly are looking for result, they don't talk about year. This is my point. When you see people that truly are talking about result, they just like the way you use something to measure something. That's how they see the year. At the end of the year, they are just calculating what they mean at the end of the year. They are not thinking, oh, I am wishing I would do this, I would do this. No. By the end of the year, they are appreciating God for what they have done so far by seeing the result that they are being intentional about. They don't wait. So by that, you will know that people that talk about result, they are always backing their intentions with actions. They don't just dream. They don't just wish. No. They back whatever they say with action. But you see, because of the way the world is going, and you know, for me that is a believer, I know the Bible talked about being serious on whatever you are doing, being hard work, don't be lazy. The Bible emphasizes so much about. So there is nothing the outside world will come and tell me about hard work to get result, because my Bible emphasizes that. And for me to believe that my Bible is the ultimate, that means my strength, my drive should be from there. There's nothing new that the world will tell me. But you see, the devil is very crafty when he knows that the children of God are being designed for excellence, are being designed to show example of how a productive life should be. He uses some kind of words, cliches, to water down the real idea of God. That's why they will tell you, and if you see, the whole thing is eating deep in the church. When I say the church, not all, but some have grabbed it because they see it as business, where they gather people, they brainwash them, and they use even them to even service their hard work. Because anybody that can gather 500, 1,000 crowd and brainwash them, that means you will know that he is studying hard so that they will not beat him. So in that alone is hard work. If you study to keep 1,000 members that you will brainstorm, that you will brainwash, that means the man is putting hard work, but only in a different way. So these people that he is keeping to brainwash, to service his hard work, whatever they are bringing for him and he's lavishing, is the result of his hard work to keep them where they are. People don't see it that way. That's why you find all kind of preachers out there that they will tell you, for you, there's a reason why I'm saying what I'm saying, because Joyce touched that area earlier, that you will pray till 2 o'clock, 4 a.m. and then you start sleeping till 4 p.m. You wake up and then like, hello, are you serious? But people will tell you will see people organizing program like from Monday to Friday.
True.
And then from Monday to Friday, you are being expected to go to that particular program from 8 o'clock. And then you have workers. And when you don't come for those kind of meetings, they see you like you are not a strong member. You are not spiritually sound. You are leaving something ahead. Then where is the balance? And you see people will be brainwashed. You now see people now concentrating more on prayers, waiting for miracle, because they will tell you, if you do this, this is when your miracle will come. Like I watched one skit. the lady was running. It was funny, but there's a strong message. She was running, like they are asking her where is she going. That they just told her that in one roundabout they caught one pastor that said 2024 was her year. And the year just got finished. So they are beating the man in that roundabout. Yeah, for people that believe that he said 2024 was their year, and then they are here struggling, and then 2025 is around the corner. So you need to create that balance. And you talk about understanding of the word of God. It is very key. There are some fight that you fight spiritually that it manifests physical, because anything you see physical is a manifestation of the spiritual. So it is very important we create the balance of the two. You don't allow one to overshadow one. You must create the balance. While you fight the spiritual battle, you put work. Because once you put the spiritual fight, the battle, and then you leave the physical, definitely you will remain the same.
The Bible talks about faith without action. I remember back then in school, while we're preparing for exams, so there's this ministry that just came to the hostel, and they said there was a lot of announcements around the hostels. Oh, if you want, come and write the grades you expect to see after the exams for each of your course. And I saw a lot of students rushing out with papers and biros, and like
some people decided to go to cafeteria to read. Some were reading. Of course, exam was approaching, so people were reading. But some decided to go for that ministry's meeting with their pen and paper, and then they were writing the grades. And one of my classmates and a friend came back, and I said, how was the meeting? She said it was awesome. I see our grade, so it's A, parallel, all the course, introduction to mass communication, A, audio production, A, public relation, A. Like she was, I now collected and say, wow, you is first class now, you're finishing with. She said, yes, so she has already sealed. That was her word, is sealed already. And I was really hopeful and looking forward to day 2. The ministry had day 2, and students still went like that. At the end of the day, this particular person had carryovers in some of the courses. Like, there's nothing wrong in you praying, but the Bible emphasizes faith without action amounts to nothing. The Bible talks about my people perishing for lack of knowledge. Like, everything is embedded in the scripture. It talks about how he reward the diligent. That, have you seen the diligent? Like, they will serve before kings. What are you doing? He said, I will bless the works of your hands. You're trusting God for results as you approach new years, new months, new days. What are you doing? What are you doing? I hear people say, Munzore Kiani, like we some of us are here to just escort people. I tell people that care to listen, in you, embedded is greatness. Like, you are alive, it means God did not give up on you. There's still something that he wants out of you. So why give up on yourself, or why allow another person's judgment to define your life? That because an uncle somewhere said you are useless, or your teacher in secondary school or primary school say you will not amount to anything. Oh, this child is dull. Some of us, our teachers said things about us, but we didn't allow it to define our future. So why would you sit down and be like anticipating having beautiful pictures, but you are not ready to put in work? In fact, we live in a generation where people don't care about process. People don't want to put in work. Like, you just want platform to just be created. You want to leverage on platform that people work so hard to create. Like, you don't even want to collaborate. You don't want to even come and learn. Now, generation have even shifted. People are not even after mentors. They just want to take advantage when they come around you. It's not because they want to learn under you, but you have built something already that they want to just key into that platform and just like learn under it. When you try to make them understand, see, there's what is called process. They say this person is pompous, this person has pride, he does not want to give us platform. But did you ask how that platform, just as we were talking with a friend about how somebody just came and said, this your space, so can I have part of your space and be doing a particular production? And like the person felt like there's this pride. I cannot learn under you. This is the same work that the person is doing, but you cannot learn. I just need the space. You are not asking questions about how the space came about. You don't care about the action that was put into birth the space. All you want is just to take advantage of the platform. You hear people saying he does not want to promote me on his platform. She does not want to promote me on their platform. We'll get there somewhere, someday. So people just want to relax and want like things to just happen. But here is the real deal. Life does not care about you. If you don't put in the action, life will continue to happen to you.
You see this clock that you see. The clock is doing its work.
Sure.
If we can be as focused as the clock, we will be the best achievers in life. The clock does not care that you are giving birth now, but you are waiting for the car to come and pick you. No.
It will keep rolling.
It will keep ticking. It will keep ticking. You see, they say time waits for no one. That is the simplest, one of the simplest sayings. But if you look at the meaning of that, Joyce touched on something that is very important. All my life, I've had to deal with people my age or slightly higher or, lower. And I found out that the reasoning faculty is almost the same. And the expectations are higher, way higher than the inputs. You see that process? People just tear the ground open, They put the crops, they close it back, and they go home. And then they wait. There was one time I said, you will harvest, but you harvest grass. And then they wait for the time to just go and pick it. Why do you think it has become a challenge for young people to drive the cars that fellow young people are driving? Why do you think it's a challenge for young people to wear the clothes that other people are wearing? Why do you think it's a challenge for people to live in the houses that others are living? It's because nobody cares how these things are gotten. People just want to be in possession of these things by every means necessary. You see, that's why I start with my immediate community, the people that I work with. Honestly, if I tell you that I don't pity some people, I'm lying. But there are people in this life, even God, he can't help them. When I say these, people find faults with what I said, because God doesn't come down to do stuff for us. God sends people. God, even his word, when it comes to actualizing his word, he uses people to actualize the things that he wants to do in your life. You say, you have appendicitis. What you do? I'm not good with sicknesses because I don't fall sick that regular. You have appendix. Instead of you to walk to the hospital, you say you are praying for it to dissolve and die. It's possible. But God said there are people that he has given knowledge to tear you open, remove it, and close you back.
And you are good.
And you are good. I saw a scar on a lady. Torn. I've not seen her for like 11 years. And then I was just driving. And then she called the same old number she had of me, and it rang. She said, "Sir, I just saw you in Jos. You passed." I said, "Yes." I said, "Where are you?" She said, "She just passed." I said, okay, let me stop. She came down from the keke, and I stopped and reversed. And I saw a scar on her hand like that. And I asked, I said, "What happened to you?" She said that she works in the bank in Kano. And then that she closed from work, she was in keke, and somebody just came and said, "Give me your phone." So she was trying to open her bag and give him the phone. He thought she was bringing a weapon or something, so he caught her like this. So I just saw it. I said, "Wow. When was this?" She said like 3 weeks ago, before Christmas. I said, and he's healed already. You see, now the idea that I'm trying to give you is that maybe she went home and just looked for a rag and tied and kept praying. Maybe by now we'll be talking of cutting off that hand.
True.
But she went to someone who is a specialist in wishing that people cut their hands so that
You will heal them.
he will knit them. But you see, like I was talking to a Panabita, I said, "So what do you pray about?" He said he doesn't pray for people
About
to
people
have
that
accidents.
make caskets. I
That
usually
him,
think of
he
that.
just prays that God should bring food, but he doesn't pray for people to have accidents.
should be truthful.
Directly or indirectly, you know your prayer point.
Prayer.
But you see, as long as the earth remaineth, the Bible says there will be seed time and there will be harvest. Some people are not planting anything. Woe unto you. But you want to harvest. What are you harvesting? So you see, what we are talking about, seeking results in life generally, not in 2025. In life generally. But you know what? Some people are changing. Now they will flip to watch something else, or because what we are saying does not make sense. You see, anytime something does not make sense to you, watch it to the end. Watch it to the end. When things are making sense, don't be in a hurry to say this one makes sense, this one does not. Don't be. Be constructive before you judge, you finalize your judgment. Be constructive before you finalize your judgment. Joy said something earlier, I can't remember. She said it in a very, she put it in a very unique sentence. She was talking about intentions on their own don't provide results. I don't know how she put it, but that's stuck in my head. People have great ideas. Sometimes I put up an idea and I meet state executives and I discuss with them and they don't do it. And sometimes I feel worried. This is somebody that wants to gain name. He wants to gain popularity. He wants to do project. Why is he not doing this? And I'll hear in my head, God, I'm just saving you from something. I hear it. There are monies that God told me I am not mature to handle. I'm telling you, it's not like I'm not qualified. He say if you have this money, you won't last another year. I've heard it. So when you be careful what you wish for, you can press and press and press and have it and die, and then somebody will inherit it. It's true. How many times have we seen people, they say, Kai, and this man just started making it in life. Look at the house he built. Now his in-laws, his relatives will come and pursue this woman. And they will sell the house or do something. So you see, anything that happens to you is divinely ordained. It's divinely ordained. Even if you are failing in life, it's God that is helping you fulfill your own dreams. It might not sound right with some people, because the same Bible says that he has kept life and he has kept death, that you should choose one. The same Bible says that he is wishing above everything that we prosper and be in good health. The same Bible says that the poor you will always have with you. Are you not wise? Are you not wise? That tells you that it is not in God's position to make you rich. It's not in God's position to make you poor. It's not in God's position to make you healthy. It's not in God's position to make you sick. It is in your own position. It's your own position. There are things you eat, your system fights it, but you say, that's what I love eating. They will bury you before your time. There are places you shouldn't be found, but you say these are the places you love going. There are decisions you shouldn't be making in this life, but you say, if I don't make such decisions, I don't sleep well. Okay.
I was even going to mention that, because sometimes, the results that people seek, they don't get it not because they don't deserve it. But sometimes your character, your attitude is something you need to fix. Your attitude is something you need to fix. As we enter the new year, another calendar year, all of that, some people are saying, oh, my resolution is this and that and that. But what they actually need is therapy. Because there are things that have traumatized them and have informed their decisions and how they see life based on past experiences and all of that. So what they need is therapy. As you enter the new year, as you seek result, the first thing you need is to come out of that trauma that has made you to see life in certain way. There are people that will tell you that if it's not this way, it can never be. They are not saying it because they have experienced life to the fullest, but because of a trauma from an experience, and that's why they are saying that. So for some people, I think in seeking results, you need to change your character, you need to change your attitude, you need to change your behavior, because result cannot just happen. We always talk about character, bad character being like illustrated like a flat tire, and people say if you don't change it, you will not go anywhere. So some of us, what we need is a change in character, a change in attitude. You cannot keep wishing, you cannot keep having intentions and then like ending at that place. You need result, and if you need result, then you need to put in that action. Like, it will cost you nothing to just reminisce on your life and then look at where you're getting it wrong and how you need to get it
Joyce,
right.
that information is not anywhere near proud people.
Of course.
It's not anywhere near proud people. You know, when people feel they have known it all, when people feel they understand life more than you, what can you tell me? You leave them. You leave them. If God made heaven and made hell, why didn't he just make only heaven and force people to go there? No, it's not in his place. So some people have made up their minds to be where they are in life. They are just complaining so that you think they are serious people. But they have decided by their actions, by their inactions, but you know me, I have decided that I'm not losing sleep over a competition with my friend, my brother, or my contemporaries. No. Their path to their destiny is different. Mine is different. I know what I'm aiming. I know what I want to achieve in life. Some of them want to achieve in the area of medicine. Some of them want to achieve in the area of engineering. Some of them want to in the area of building, some architecture, some even law. So why would I go and compete with them, knowing fully well that some of these industries are more lucrative than the others? So I want to stay on my lane and achieve. When we meet, let's talk about our successes. Let's also talk about our failures so that we can know. I think the reason why you failed last time, Tony, was because of that decision you made to invest that much money on something you were not too sure of. I think next time, you see, if I'm humble, I will learn. Go and check the most proud people are people who don't have. Rich people don't brag. They are not proud. They just brag. There are different things. And the bragging is when they see people that are not as rich as they are. That is it. That is it. If you see the competition that goes on in this life is against people, is with people that don't have against those that have. Why are you losing sleep over something you can never achieve in your life? What do I mean by you can never achieve? You are not willing to put the hours the person is putting. You are not willing to stay awake as the person is doing. You are not willing to pay the price like the person is doing. You are not willing to do this. I was with a friend of mine recently. He acquired a very big land behind his hotel. And we sat on the land. We put tables and we sat there. And I told him, I said, there's a place in Abuja, I think you should replicate that business here. While we were discussing and thinking and talking, he was writing all the things we were saying. We were like 9. Everybody was giving him ideas and all of that. Somebody called him and he said, you guys have to excuse me. He went and left us there for 1 hour, about 30 minutes. And he said, he called and said they should give us food. They gave us food. We ate the food and we sat, we were waiting. And he came back. Guess what? He said he went to do a small job somewhere. I said, oh, that's great. And while we were sitting down, they sent him their land, 150,000 naira. Yes, 150,000 naira. And I told him, I said, you kept us here. He said, Oga, I bought food for you. I can't pay from the hotel bill. He said, every money that I will make, I'll go and do it. No, I'm not talking about small hotel like where 2 or 3 are gathered. I'm talking about a very big hotel. But he went to do a 150,000 naira job and came back about 1 hour plus and met us. I looked at him. I said, you are a humble person. He said, Tony, you don't understand. He said, you don't understand. He said, I've seen money in this life. I played with it. I will never do that again. God is giving me another chance. Why would I repeat the same mistakes that I made? Meanwhile, some of us are repeating the same mistakes. We are going back to the same old things that have cheated our lives. The same old lovers that we had. Or different people with the same character. It's the same person. It's just the complexion and the height that is different. But it's the same person. But you are going back. You are the same mistakes that we made. And the Bible warned us against going back to our old vomit. I said 150. He said yes. And then he now called his younger brother. He said they should go and buy cement. So bags and keep. He said the remaining one, he should keep it with him. He said, Tony, you will not understand. That's how I made this hotel to look the way it is today. 100,000, 200,000. I'm not waiting till I have 1 million. That is the exact point that I'm trying to make. Some of us are saying, I want to move to my house. You have 200,000. You say, this one, let's just eat at home first. When I make 1 million. But you see, 1 million is not 1 million without 200,000. 1 million is not 1 million without 50,000. 1 million is not 1 million without 30,000. 1 million is not 1 million without 200,000. Without that 300,000. Do you know that if you have 1 million naira, if you take a dime out of it, it's not 1 million anymore.
It's not 1 million.
So all of this, if you need 1 million, don't wait till it comes in bulk. The 1 million can decide. Me, I've 300,000 can say, I've just eaten a bar and I'm too heavy. I can't run. Let me take time to come slowly. But 100,000 can say I'm light. Let me run. See 5,000, 10,000, they come faster. But the big ones, they take their time. When we are traveling, don't we overtake trailers more than we overtake smaller cars? Why do you think they are lighter? They can run faster. Go and check the richest men in the world. It's a dime, $1, $2, 10, 100, 50 that makes them the rich people that they are. But we want to hammer 10 million at the same time, 20 million at the same time. No. We must understand that about making it. If you want to make it, you must understand that it's the little you make here, that you put together that is called making it, and not 100 million here, 100 million. How many people make 100 million, even in Abuja, in a year? How many people? If you thief today, be careful how you spend it, because there will be hungry days ahead.
True.
With these few words of mine, I hope you are convinced and not confused.
Thank you. This is the much that we can take on the topic, the results that you seek. Thank you so much, Engineer Tony Jinakali. Joyce Jakada, thank you. Solomon Sambo, thank you. I hope that you are able to have different perspective on the topic that we discussed. Do have a great day.